noise outside. The noise outside isn't going to hurt it, is it? My mic's on. Microphones.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show will commence in 5 minutes. While you are waiting, please hit the like button and share the video link.
Please like and leave a comment, and share this video.
Only 3 minutes until the start. Only 2 minutes until the start.
Please like and subscribe to this channel today, and don't forget to share it and hit that thumbs up. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the awesomeness is about to start in 1 minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to begin. Grab a drink and a snack, sit down and enjoy watching the show. Don't forget to comment, like the video, and share it to others.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to show 35. Dave's camera's a little bit off right now, so I'm going to be doing some of the introductions here. So it is, like I say, show 35. This is 31st of March, and our show tonight is Lights Out. And I guess that's talking about what's happened after this, I guess, what is it? I don't know if you'd say revenge or retaliation after the Crocus Hall terrorist attack in Moscow, or at least outside of Moscow. So we can't even put the cameras on you, can we?
No, but I'm here.
He's here. He's here. Okay.
I'm lurking.
Yeah, gosh. Too bad everybody's got to look at my face for most of the time.
Yeah, well, I could try and turn them on, but it might crash the system. So that's the choice.
Yeah.
So if everybody's listening, we're going to try and do this now. And if it crashes, just come back.
Yeah. It's not because of Dave's looks, I don't think.
No. I don't know why it's doing it.
No.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'm just going to do this. We'll see what happens.
Cross your fingers.
And
it goes out. People will get it recovered and just be prepared to come right back.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
I'm all blue. Are you moving? You're moving.
Moving?
Yeah, so I don't know. So what I'll do is now you can start talking. Actually,
Okay.
while we're doing that, here's this this is Odessa being hit tonight. Oh, last night, sorry. If you have a look, there's Odessa. And the power's out.
Oh boy, yeah. That's just Odessa, but it happened all over. I was just hearing about power stations. I don't know how badly they're hit, when they can restore power. So, which places, when they, and I think there's, well, they hit other places as well. So, and days before that, I think they hit some kind of a center where they had some NATO commanders, and that didn't go too well. And yeah, Ukraine is starting to talk about getting ready to talk to Russia. And there's supposed to be sometime later down this year, I don't know exactly when, some sort of a meeting in Switzerland, and Kuleba, the foreign minister of Ukraine, says, oh, well, after that time, maybe we'll be talking, but maybe a little bit sooner than that. Elon Musk has came out, I think it was just yesterday or today. Well, he might have come out twice. I saw like a little graphic or a picture of him saying that Ukraine is going to lose Odessa. And everybody's talking, as you know, that was the red line for Macron, saying if Russia moves to Odessa, then I don't know if he said, what did he say? NATO is going to attack, or he's going to attack, or
Someone's going to attack.
Somebody's going to attack. You know, so
I've got a video of the French. They've arrived. Did you seen it?
Arrived?
Yeah, they were in. Yeah, hang on. Watch this. Give me a second. I've actually.
Everybody's saying that was a PR stunt, sending 2,000 troops.
No, watch. I've got the video. If you just hang on for a second. Still no camera on me though. But where are we?
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, I think even just a day or so ago, I think it was Lavrov himself saying, you know, he's been doing a lot of talking lately, and
okay, you ready?
Says it was a PR stunt.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the French in Ukraine.
Okay, there they are. That's a real scrappy soldier there. Okay. Yes. The frog. Okay. Good. I'm glad we got some humor. I'm glad you did that, Dave, because yeah, I had a tough work week this week, so even today, I work today, so it's you know, tired, and got to get your spirits up somehow. Yeah, but anyway, as far as, you know, everybody's talking now, what's going to happen to Ukraine? Elon Musk is saying, oh, you know, they're going to take Odessa, and everybody's saying, oh, there's not going to be that much of Ukraine left. Some people are saying, oh, they're going to give the, what do you call it, the western side to Poland, you know, like to the Lvov area. I don't know about that. Lukashenko didn't like that. And I remember some months ago, Lukashenko was talking I don't know if any of you out there remember this, but this was a while ago, maybe a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, and he was saying that he could envision that Ukraine is going to enter into a union state, very much like Russia and Belarus have right now, which is like it's more than an autonomous region. It's an independent state. But I see. I'll tell you what. With the leadership right now of Crimea, of Ukraine, that's never going to happen. But of course, you'd have to have a little bit of a different leadership, and then of course, you have to have the denazification, at least to a certain extent, where they're not going to take power again as they always do.
I'm just going to interrupt you for a second. Okay. There'll be cameras just turning up. I'm going to try and get it working, so just don't worry about it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So there might be two of you. There might be some blank chairs over there eventually, because there's 4 cameras. I can't remember which one it is.
Okay.
So you just keep talking, and I'll
Okay. Okay. But I'm just wondering if Lukashenko still thinks that that's some kind of a possibility, because it's very interesting when you think about it. Can you think of, if you have a creative mind, what you can think of to make a peace plan with Ukraine? For example, you could say, okay, Ukraine, you can retain.
No.
Hey, there he is.
I'm back.
Yeah. Okay. So, but Ukraine can retain all of its territory and enter into a union state, and you can have autonomous regions within the union state, for example, which would be, the 4 regions right now, maybe even including Odessa and Nikolaev and Kharkiv.
Is it Kharkiv or Kharkov?
I think I've heard 3 different pronunciations.
Okay.
Kharkiv. I don't know. Try to think of how a Russian would say it. Kharkiv, and then you'll get it right.
Okay.
So, but anyway, I think it's very interesting. I think a person just has to think creatively as to find something that would be, even acceptable. Just think, Ukraine destroyed so much of their country and lost so many lives, and then they can almost get exactly what they want. Think about it. If somebody comes up with a creative plan of Ukraine in a union state, the only thing is they wouldn't be aligned with the West, which in effect is who's actually running the show. So that's why it has never happened. And maybe that's why nobody has ever come up with this creative possibility of doing something like that. And of course, they probably don't want to get rid of the Nazis. And to a large extent, of course, that's who's running Ukraine internally. And their puppet masters are on the other side of the Atlantic. So we all know that stuff, everybody that watches this show by now. Yes, so yeah, then Russia would have the right to do certain things, a certain oversight. For example, the denazification of schools. If any of you have seen what's happened, there's Mike Jones and other people have put on what's in the school books. And Zelensky owns a lot of, for example, the television. I think maybe he owns just about everything. Anything that comes on television, Zelensky's in ownership of it. So they put a lot of things that are untrue about Russia and Ukraine.
I saw something untrue about Belarus today.
Yeah? What was that?
Oh, this is going around.
Wow.
He's ready. It says here, goes to the border near the Suwalki Gap and asks Belarusian commander there how he will fight against Baltic states and conquer that part of Poland to create a land bridge. He's never said that.
No, oh, really?
Yeah. So this is going around at the moment.
I know the picture, but I can't see the thing right now.
Yeah.
So they're acting as if
he's
planning on it.
Yeah, to make a land bridge between Belarus and...
Isn't that incredible?
He's never said that at all. Never. Fake news.
Yeah, fake news. I'll tell you what is very interesting about Lukashenko. He has never had any territorial aspirations in the entire time he's been there. He said, we will stay within our borders, and that's what we have, and you just kind of stay on your side of the border, and which, of course, they're threatening. I mean, it's incredible. And I even tell you what, it ticks me off even when I hear like people in Belarus that gripe about Lukashenko. It's like, what do they gripe about? And they don't really even have anything to gripe about. They just want the place to be how they think the West is. So you want to to choose your gender. And all that
Yeah,
kind
yeah, and they want homeless on the streets.
yeah, and lots of drugs and
They want to be, what do you call it, bashed up and robbed on the street.
well, you name it. You name it. I mean, all kinds of the problems that are in the West. Poor. I
Poor.
mean, get paid a lot, but then the government takes out
Yeah,
everything.
graffiti everywhere, rubbish on the ground,
High prices.
high prices.
Yeah.
Greece found that out when they moved to the euro. Everything just went rocketing up.
I wonder what the people in Greece say now. I mean, if you.
I think a lot of them would like to get out.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Because I knew people there that before, when they had the drachma, right? So they could go and get fresh fish and eat it every day and all that sort of thing. When the euro come in, they could afford it every couple of weeks. Everything just went astronomically up.
well, I was in Germany when the euro came in, replaced the Deutschmark. And I remember I was working, I was, a dental technician as well. And my boss came in and told everybody to stop working and look at him. And he had like a little bottle of ceramic powder, which is very expensive. It's 100 German marks. Or maybe it was 120 German marks a week earlier. And he told everybody, he says, look at this. Now it's 100 euros. It was supposed to be 2 German Deutschmarks to the euro. So in other words, it should have cost 60 euros. But instead, it was 100. Or they went from 120 German marks to 100 euros. And I remember even hearing on the radio in Italy, they had Euro police that going around checking. And if anybody, I don't even know what it was, because, if you had the lira, maybe it's 80,000 lira for one euro or something. But they went around and they were checking everybody. So there's a lot of cheaters going all over the place. And obviously they let a lot of people get away. The more tight you are with the government, the more you can get away with, of course. So,
Yeah,
and in Germany, they had no police, so they just got away with it.
well, that's why I don't understand Croatia when they're about to do the same thing. As what are you people idiots?
Yeah. Well, there was a time in Belarus when they switched to a new Belarusian ruble, and I guess that was a hard time then as well. I don't know. I think I hear that there was some people pissed off, but you don't hear anybody complaining right now. So I don't really know. But
How many times have they done that in Argentina?
Oh gosh, I don't know. It crashes all the time. And then look at, is that where they got that crazy guy with the messed up hair and the sideburns?
Was it Miley or Millie?
Oh my God! Talk about.
He's about to sack
government?
70,000 government employees or something.
I tell you what, it makes you wonder, how can they vote in some guy like that? And then all of a sudden, right when he gets elected, he decides he wants to be Jewish. So he rushes over to Israel. And then they were actually going to be in BRICS. They were one of the privileged oncoming, new members that are coming into BRICS. And he said, no, I don't want that. I want to be linked with the dollar. Good luck on that one, but I don't know. But that's crazy stuff. And what else do we have? Talking about, some of these different countries, like, I don't know. We talk about the stands, that's where these terrorists came from, Tajikistan. And as everybody already knows, they've established a definite link, and of course they have a paper trail as well, to Ukraine, that Ukraine was one of the ones, if not, maybe it's probably not the only one. I'll bet there was a big mastermind, puppet master, but they did it with cryptocurrency.
Also a US card.
It was a US card.
US debit card as well, yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the cryptocurrency.
That's a new one. Yeah. So these people, the operation was getting paid for. It wasn't maybe what they were getting paid, or maybe it was. Maybe that one guy that said he got $5,000, maybe he was lying, I mean, he was lying about, a lot of other things. So, maybe he was getting paid a lot more than that. Maybe he was getting paid $50,000. Who would go shoot and kill a bunch of people for $5,000?
Yeah, well, they're very poor.
Yeah, but I tell you what, for something like that, I mean, for first, I wouldn't do it. But if I was going to do something that was like, what do you call it? Untasty, something else, not kill people or rob or something, I would actually, I don't know, want to have it get paid well, and that's it. Get out, go somewhere. But I don't know. These guys were set up anyway. Most people know that by now. And of course, it looks like
KGB will be watching you now.
yeah. They're going to say, what can we use him for? Blow up some kind of building or something. Fake it. Like that's what the FBI does, you know. You know that. I was mentioning when we had Michael on about this operation, and they had 3 guys from Haiti. And Jon Stewart was even showing clips from these guys. I mentioned that as well. And these guys were, I don't even think they even knew that they were supposed to be blowing up the Sears Tower, you know. And it was the FBI, you know, that conceived of the operation, set these guys all up. It's just like they convinced these guys that they want to blow up the tower so that they could catch them and say, see, justify our position. I don't know. Why would the FBI do that kind of stuff? Obviously they wouldn't be doing that. The KGB or the FSB wouldn't be doing that stuff. Creating terrorists just to catch them for like a PR stunt. I don't know. Yeah.
Otherwise they'll be sitting around. They'd have to do the real job.
Yeah.
Get real crime.
Yeah. Instead of listening in on somebody's phone call or something like that.
They'd have to chase pedophiles.
Yeah. No, those people are going into mainstream, I guess, you know. That's one of the pluses from LGBT.
Do you see that company that got all the data from all the phones? You know, when you're on your phones, when you're moving around, it sends a signal with location and all that for advertising, so they can advertise and all the time. And this company mapped it all and watched all the phones that were going to Jeffrey Epstein's island. You know, where they landed, where they went, where they went back home.
At that time, they were following him, huh?
No. This just lately. It's
well, they can do it after the fact, like after.
The data.
Wow.
Yeah, the data. Yeah.
Oh man, incredible! Tell you,
26 cities in the U.S.
Huh. 26 cities. So they're actually trying to find out where all the pedophiles are, or what?
I don't think so.
And advertise to them?
No, they've shut the company down.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just going to try and find the map.
I didn't even know they could do that. That's amazing. I remember hearing some of the technologies when I was in the military.
What's his name? Musk has just asked if people would buy a phone that doesn't track you and works off his Starlink. Like a Tesla phone.
I think most people would say very they would say yes. Yeah. Wow. That's incredible. You know, you got to register in any country your phone, and so they can find out every place you've been.
You can just do it from the advertising because it sends back.
It reminds me of that book 1984. Remember Winston Smith? He thought he was working secretly, meeting with Julia, and you know, in the secret hideaway, and then they had that secret apartment, and he was being watched the entire time, even when he was in nature. They even had cameras on him when he was in the woods. You know, incredible.
I found it. We'll just zap over to here.
Yeah, and if they have this technology, you'd think that they could catch criminals a lot easier. But no. Only the ones that the government doesn't like.
It's a paid thing.
That may not even be criminals. Oh, you can't show usual. It. Yes, but anyway, I have there's a photo. We can put that one up if you can't show that one.
Given up.
You haven't given up yet?
No. Hang on. I've got another one.
Okay.
Okay, so this photo, oops. Oh, this is paid as well. Everybody wants paying.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Okay, so this one here is, oops.
That's the island over there.
Where they landed, and then they by boat to the island, to his island here. See?
In the middle is his island, huh?
The small one down the bottom.
Okay.
So you can see where they're going. They landed here, and then they went by boat there. These ones here on this side are from the helicopter.
What country is his island by? I mean, closest to?
Here's the cities in red where they're from.
Bill Gates is not listed on there. Seattle, way up in the corner of the Northwest. Pacific Northwest. I don't see any dot for Bill Gates.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So there you go.
So what country is this by?
Isn't it? Is it British Virgin
British
Islands?
Virgin Islands?
I'm not sure.
Ah,
Anyway,
somewhere out there. Okay. Anyway, we got this
Yes.
photo that we show the stands. It's a region, stands region. You know, all the stands, and you got a little bit Russia on the periphery, and you got mostly Kazakhstan in the way.
there you go.
So yeah, this is really good, you know, because most of us, mostly even myself, I don't really know where these countries are in relation to themselves. You note where Afghanistan is at, maybe Pakistan. Look at Tajikistan, and where the terrorists come from. There's
So
Turkmenistan,
they came from here.
Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and above there is Kazakhstan, that great big huge country. Tashkent, anyway. And above Kazakhstan is Russia, over there to the western side. Okay, and do you remember, does anybody remember, I think it was just before the special military operation, I think it was in January 2022, there was a coup d'etat attempt in Kazakhstan.
Yes.
Yeah, and Belarus was one of the ones. I can't remember which countries actually helped. I know that mainly it was Belarus and Russia, and I think
It's supposed to be the
Maybe
CSTO countries.
yeah, CSTO, and I think Tajikistan probably sent somebody there, and maybe all of them did, you know. But I think the biggest contingents were Belarus, and of course the biggest is Russia, and they put that down, and it was a attempted overthrow by the West. And that was right before the special military operation. So look, that was in Kazakhstan, and now look at where Tajikistan is. But in the meantime, Afghanistan had fallen. So you have Tajikistan right above Afghanistan, and everybody's, well, some people are saying, one person was saying that this is very strategic now for the United States. And apparently they were trying to start a ruckus between Tajikistan and Russia to get them, you know, to have bad blood between them two. So that didn't quite work. Anyway, but in retrospect, it seems to be like, I don't know, this is all linked to this buildup of forces in Ukraine and in the Donbass, on the Ukraine side of the Donbass, and yeah, and starting with the special military operation. But you have to realize also Kazakhstan might be a weak link, because Kazakhstan, they have U.S. Can I say laboratories there? Laboratories for research for things like sicknesses and things like that. Like, let me just say that because I believe we're on YouTube. So they have these laboratories there, and they also have not so secret, what do you call it, sleeper cells. They have some apparently probably in Belarus, but you have to be very secret in Belarus, because Belarus will come, if they find out you're part of a sleeper cell, I guess they're going to come and bust you. But a lot of people know already, and people know where they are in Kazakhstan. And when you go to these sleeper cells, you go there, you watch American movies, you get American food there, you know, and it's all the U.S. kind of stuff, cozy. You know, you listen to probably Voice of America and Radio Free Europe and all this kind of stuff, watch American movies. So yeah, popcorn, hamburgers, things like that. So that's what they're doing in Kazakhstan. So that's what I'm saying is a weak link. And that's probably why, you know, they had at least somewhat success with this coup d'etat right before the special military operation. Yeah, so just to keep everybody's eyes open on that one. And like I said, who was it? Let me see if I wrote down the guy's name. Andrei Popov. He was talking about that this was a strategic location, Tajikistan, and that the U.S. is trying to, you know, create bad blood between Tajiks and Russians. But I guess they even arrested, I think it was 40 people in Tajikistan in relation to this, the last I heard, this thing. So it looks like it's not working. I don't know about Armenia. They
were moving stuff up to the border.
In Armenia, I mean.
Yesterday, yeah.
Who was Russia was moving thing
No, Armenians.
to the border of
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. The U.S. is going to dump them like a hot potato. I think Armenia is trying to be, you know, they are trying to, and the U.S. is trying to woo them. But I think Russia's not getting too happy about that, so it makes you wonder what's going to happen there. And I guess it'll make Russia be a little bit more and more friendlier to Azerbaijan as time goes by. Yes, and Sergei Lavrov, I believe we have a photo of him. He was saying that after investigation, that here we go back to the frogs again. Your dancing frogs, you know. He was saying that looking into this investigation a little bit, you know, that so you had me going there for a couple of minutes there, you know, that that this is just a PR stunt, you know, by Macron. You know, he's just
got to have a bit of laughter.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. I was thinking, what? You know, I didn't see that. That would be big news. You know,
it is big news today, all across the internet.
That they were showing that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was actually good. That was a good dancer too. That guy.
Yeah. Well, he was doing some martial arts, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's probably some Oriental guy in there, not even French at all. Maybe it was a Chinese frog or something. I wonder how they like each other. How do the Chinese and the French get along? I mean, as far as government, I'm not talking about people. I'm sure the people have nothing against the Chinese, but what about the government? It's not like what is that country that really, one of these Baltic Chihuahua states, one of them really hates China. I think it's Lithuania, right? They really hate China more than the United States government does. So.
Speaking of which, you see they're not going to take that woman from, is it Estonia, for NATO president?
Let me think. I was probably hearing something about this.
They've decided to probably go with the Dutch guy.
What was this again?
Maybe the guy that's going to take over the Norwegian Woods job.
Oh, okay.
Oops. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, you're talking about, for the NATO job.
Yeah. Because she's too crazy. They've decided, like, oh, you're too crazy for that job.
Oh, what's her name? Kaya Kallas.
Yeah.
I heard some rumblings about that a week ago. That she's maybe a little bit too gung-ho.
Yeah. Crazy is the word.
Wow. So, and the Dutch guy, the former prime minister.
Yeah, he might get it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's. Uh-oh. Just lost. No. Oh, I thought we lost you.
No.
I saw some black thing. I thought it was like a horror movie or something, like the creature goes in front of the camera or something like that. I saw one like that the other night, so that's what I was thinking. Yeah. So, big PR stunt. French soldiers, 2,000. There's already been French soldiers in Ukraine. Everybody knows that, not just mercenaries. I think they have their regulars. And somebody was, they had some, I'll tell you what, they had a mercenary come on, some Polish mercenary. Oh, yeah, I think he said, I already know of 31 Polish people that have died in Ukraine. I was thinking, I've known more than that, I think there's way over 1,000, maybe 2,000 already. So, yeah, that's kind of getting ridiculous on that one there. Yeah, but
there's some like these ones. Hang on. These graves have been turning up lately in Poland and other places. They died in Ukraine. So there's a lot more graves turning up in the West, Poland and France.
Yeah, and remember, I think we were talking about, I think on the last show, a lot of these people, air defense people, American air defense people, died when they were rock climbing or died in car accidents. Suddenly, a whole bunch of people.
Avalanche.
Yeah, and it just so happens it was right after Russia was hitting the HIMARS systems, and
it's coincidence.
Yeah, just coincidence. Nothing to see here, people.
Nothing.
Yeah. Sergei Lavrov, he also was talking about, if we're talking about Armenia and all of these different places, he was, pretty busy this week talking about what's going on in the Russian's kind of sphere of influence or whatever like that. He's talking about that Moldova is now trying to fast track themselves into the EU without even solving the problem with Transnistria. Now, a week or two ago.
That's against the EU rules.
Yeah, but I
also Kosovo, they've said they're going to let them in, and that's against the rules.
That's another one, huh?
Yeah, that's against the rules because the borders aren't secure. You know, like you've got a problem.
Determined.
Yeah.
Well, I think if they give up their aspirations for whatever is in dispute, then they can get in.
Yeah, but Serbia's got a dispute on a part of it because there's Serbs in Kosovo there.
But they're not letting Serbia in, right?
Yeah.
Not yet. So what's going to happen, and what Lavrov is saying, at least he was talking about Transnistria. So we can maybe, I was thinking about this, with Kosovo, but I didn't know that they were going to, it was Kosovo and Moldova.
They're going to let him into the EU Council.
At the same time. No, not into the EU right away?
No, EU Council, whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever, how far that is being part of a EU membership, I don't know. But anyhow, Lavrov was suspecting on the part of Moldova, which is also probably on the part of Kosovo, is he was saying Moldova is going, to join, and he suspects that they're going to get to, because I'll tell you what I was saying. They had already moved a lot of kind of, what do you call it? I don't know. I guess you can call it military, but a lot of the military is very shabby and stuff like that, and things. But they had moved them close to the border with Transnistria because that's a disputed territory right now. A lot of those people, that was a Soviet, holdout there, and they had a lot of Soviet, ammunition stockpiles there, and most of the people there want to be a part of Russia. Their sympathies are with Russia, and there's a lot of people in Moldova who have sympathies with Russia, by the way. So anyway, they I think it was the prime minister. Was it the president? It wasn't. Anyway, it wasn't. What's the lady that's in charge? I forgot her name at the moment. Anyway, it wasn't her, but another person. They sent a lot of, let's just say, military to the border of Transnistria. And Sergei Lavrov believes that Romania and Moldova, either after the fact, are then going to make a military attack and try to take Transnistria. He suspects that, he said. So you can find that yourself. So if he suspects it, he's a very sharp guy. It must not be that ridiculous. And it might be the same case with Kosovo. Wow. Yeah, but we can switch. Well, there's still something in Russia. Ivan Gerskovich is still in detention in Russia. If that sounds like a Russian name, it is a Russian name. But he was the reporter for the Wall Street Journal, and I don't even know how hard the Wall Street Journal of the United States government is trying to get that guy free, but they just extended his detainment up until June 30th. And the problem with this is, they can't claim that he was innocent because they caught him red-handed, and I believe they have evidence for that, that he was, holding or getting classified military materials.
He was in the same city where they were making
a lot of weaponry.
Yeah.
Ekaterinburg, that's where I have connections there too.
Yeah.
I mean, people that I can get information from, not connections.
The US would do the same. Imagine if some Russian reporter went to some place in America where they were making weapons and stuff.
Definitely they would.
Yeah, exactly.
And, yeah. But it's a good thing that they're holding out. It makes you wonder what this guy had. But anyway, they got it. So it's like if he had plans, he doesn't have them now, and he can't. It's not like he's got a photographic memory or some kind of memory stick. Maybe he stuck it where prisoners do. They stick it where the sun doesn't shine, and he can smuggle it to the U.S. So he's been carrying it in that orifice for quite some time, a flash drive. Very uncomfortable, I would think, when you sit down. But
it could be like a memory card from a camera. That's small enough.
Yeah. Just think if you put it on a videotape or something, the 8-track tape, like no, in the old days. I'll tell you what, in the Army, they had these hard drives, and they were like this huge, It was a hard drive. So what, because they would back up the system every night, and I was an intelligence
I got one better than for you. Oh
Yeah,
shit!
yeah, they had
I
these
haven't
big
got
old-
even the headphones on. I've just
Oh.
realised.
this whole time you haven't even.
Fucking hell! Oh, that's better. I can hear you now.
Oh my God. You couldn't hear me before. I was yelling loud enough.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
Actually, this is a video and he's moving around in there.
Yeah, anyway, when I started in the IT industry, the 750 megabyte hard drive,
Megabyte, not gigabyte.
megabyte, was the same size as a washing machine.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, damn.
It's not that long ago, everybody. It's only an 81.
Oh, okay, yeah. The stuff I'm talking about, I was like 91, so I guess they'd shrunk down to the size of a double-sized 8-track. No, yeah, 8-track. They called those 8-tracks, right? No, like a video. Like, remember, I don't know, a lot of these people, well, most of these people watching are similar to our age, so video, 8-track tapes.
A video, like
but
VHS.
It looked like an 8-track tape.
VHS.
But it was a huge 8-track tape. That's what they looked like. If you remember 8-track tapes, most people, like young people, what the heck is this guy talking about? What the heck is he? What's he been smoking? So
and they wouldn't even know what a cassette tape is.
Yeah, you know.
Maybe we should do get some old stuff and put it on.
I tell you what, I have still a cassette player when I was going jogging, and I
saw a video.
I thought they still had them. I did. I seriously did. And then I heard about MP3s, and I says, you know, and I went to ask in the electronics place, big electronic place. I said, "Oh, you have MP?" He said, "No, I don't have those anymore either." So I missed that one too, and I don't. And I said, "Well, what do people listen to music on?" And they said they're like their I guess it's their cell phone.
Yeah, they stream.
But you want you put it in like a little thing to carry it. You want it bouncing around. Look at it. MP3 is far better. There are these little lightweight things. You can clip it on somewhere. No problem. You don't even know it's there. And then you want to carry the cell phone bouncing around. So I guess maybe we're going backwards in technology now. Jeez. I don't know.
The old man on the left here.
Yeah.
In my day.
Yeah, in my day, Sonny.
I saw a video of someone showing, remember those pencil sharpeners, the big ones?
Oh, you mean where you're, yeah, I love those.
Yeah, they were showing these young people, they're going, what the hell is that?
Really? I had one from like 1902 when I went into the military and all that.
When we have a solar flare, you'll be able to still use it.
And you can't believe what I had. I also had a violin. It was at one time broken, and it was my grandfather's that he got it used when he was very, very young. And when it broke at one time, he kind of glued it back together. Not very good, but you can look inside of this. This thing is from the 1800s at some point.
Didn't you say it was a Stradivarius?
Yeah, it said Stradivarius, and he gave it to me, and it's probably gone. An old, beat up old case too. So I had a Stradivarius. I had a lot of stuff, and all gone when you move around. A lot to people. So extra fun of it all.
So what's the moral of that story? Don't move around.
Yeah,
stay in the same place forever.
I don't know. That's why I'm trying to figure it out myself. That's why
born and die in the same place.
I'm asking for somebody else. So what the heck? What should I have learned from all that? I mean, because you can't move around with all this stuff. And all your old books. When you move across the oceans, like you've done it probably more times. You kept some of it at least lately, anyway.
Well, that's because we shipped everything from London.
Yeah, but you didn't have the stuff when you were like a teenager or 20 or something. You don't.
I've lost a lot of stuff. Yeah.
It's terrible.
I had thousands of photos and photographs and all that gone.
Oh no! Don't even tell me about that. I tell you what, I had slides. I put my stuff on slides.
Remember that slides?
Yeah, transparencies, I guess. Yeah, and then you have them in some, and I still have a lot, but these people didn't tell me that the wall moisture came through. They didn't do it right, and I had this box there. All my slides are ruined from 2 or 3 different places.
When I went home for helping my parents, when Mum had lung cancer, I digitized everything, so I've still got everything.
Yeah, I was a little bit too late.
But the problem with that digitizing everything is then your device fails.
You what?
Your device. So you've got your stuff on fail, so you've got to keep making sure you move it.
Have it multiple places.
Multiple places. Like all my photos, I've got them on 3 different servers and big USB sticks, hard drives, all the same thing, just in case.
Yeah. And maybe some of these prisoners can tell you where to hide it too, so that nobody can. I'm just kidding.
And the other thing is of course, is because technology changes. Okay, imagine if you put everything on CDs, right?
Yeah.
They're gone now, right? So then you put it on DVDs. They're gone.
Jeez.
See?
Oh my God. CDs are even gone. I know that you can't. I don't.
No, you can still buy some in some places.
Yeah, but
LPs are coming
I
back.
got a whole bunch of CDs.
LPs are coming back.
Isn't that incredible? Shellac.
Sounds better, that's why.
Jeez. I thought they sounded good too, and everybody was saying that those
No,
days.
because
that,
CD
CD is much better. Listen, it's digital and it's,
yeah, but it chops the bottom and the top off. Like the sound wave.
Huh.
Mm.
Because I had some old records. I even had one that was bendy. You could bend it around. And
what, 78? Was that too old?
No. Oh, 78s don't bend at all. I had 78s. Matter of fact, I had a couple 78s that were only recorded on one side because they were so old, made like from 1902. See, it was another thing that I got from my grandfather. When my grandfather died, other people didn't want the stuff, but I took it. I took the violin, and I took these shellac things. It's like in the old days, the first records, the first songs, they would announce the song a lot of time on the record first. That was when they only did one side of a 78, when they first started making records, like the one I had was, I can even remember what it says. This is the story of the whistling coon, and then they would play the music, so it's like.
That's very racist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a raccoon, I guess.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And I just learned the word for that in Russian. What is that? Yenot. Yenot is raccoon. Talk about a rough language.
Oh, well, there you go. We've got a little bit of Russian language today.
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy in the glass cage, the spy from the New York Times.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got his detention extended up till the 30th.
Ozzy Kozak wants to be swapped for him.
Yeah? Oh, that's the guy.
Yeah, he keeps saying he should swap me for him.
That's pretty good. I think.
No, they've got some guy in jail in America. Is it America or Spain that they want back, the Russians?
Let me think. I can't remember.
He assassinated someone. I can't remember the story.
I can't remember. I just remember the guy that this Booth. I think his name. Who is the guy? Boot.
Oh, Boot. Victor Bout.
Bout. And who? Let's see. And there's this Marine in Russia, and Russia is very surprised that the U.S. has never been really trying very hard to try to get him. Instead, they took Brittany Griner. Remember?
Yeah.
And nobody really ever hears from her. Did you ever hear much from her? I think it's because she spoke favorably of Russians, and that's why they don't want to put her on in anything. I don't know. She liked Russia, I believe. I don't know.
Shouldn't have brought drugs in.
Yeah, she probably knows that it was messed up, and maybe that's why the U.S. They'd all be rushing, and she'd have 100 reporters, but it didn't happen that way. Gee, I wonder why.
Anyway, back to this guy.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any more on him.
Play the video?
Well, there's not much. I think
okay.
it's just him moving. I don't even know if there's any sound. It's kind of like, what the heck? Why did they make a video? He's not moving.
Oh, yeah, and a bit of talking in the background.
It could be a painting.
That was it?
Wow. I'll tell you what, exciting guy. He's an exciting action hero. So, yes. So, and let's see, what else did we not talk about? Sergei Lavrov, foul play. We can go to Netanyahu.
Did you know, I'm just going to digress here, 70 years ago, 70, the USSR requested to join NATO?
Yeah, I saw that. In some kind of a news. And of course, the United States, I don't think they said it's laughable, but they said it's definitely out of the question. You're the enemy. That's what we're joining up against is you. So why would we want you to be?
And then afterwards, they made the Warsaw Pact.
Yeah.
So the Warsaw Pact wasn't even around while they made NATO.
Yeah. Well, it's actually a good thing. I was starting to think, that if it was some people, they wouldn't even start on their own pact of their own. But it's really weird how they did that, isn't that? And they had their friendly states, and the U.S. had their buddies. Yeah. So
Anyway.
Yeah, but
I'm just digressing out of your little thought pattern there.
Well, I'm not. I'm just jumping around a little bit myself. So there's still more to talk about Ukraine, but I just interrupt our Ukraine stuff, which is what we normally talk about. We can talk about Netanyahu.
I'll go to the Ukraine video. Do you want to see this one?
Yeah, I can even just end up with all the other Ukraine stuff before we get to Netanyahu.
Another Abrams?
I think, what is this, 5 or 6 now?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
Yeah. But they're not committing that many to the battlefield, obviously.
Got to turn the sound off these because they've got music and we got a copyright strike last time.
Oh.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Boom.
Ouch. By Abrams, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? We have some videos from Russell Bentley.
Mr. B.
If you guys remember Russell Bentley, he was Texas. I think he was on YouTube. He had YouTube channels, and he left from Texas to go fight the Nazis he calls them the Ukrauts.
The Nasties.
Yeah, I think he was on YouTube, and he used to call them Nasties. I mean, the real name. I don't know. Look at this. Looks starting to look more and more like Santa Claus, but no. But he got famous as he was a mercenary for the from the United States for Donbass in those days.
See what he has to say.
It's not a big surprise. It seems logical if you think about it. I mean, the United States founded and funded and armed and trained Al-Qaeda, which was the predecessor of ISIS. They trained bin Laden and his group of mercenaries in Afghanistan to fight against the Soviet troops there and the socialist Afghan government. And then you see, I mean, the Ukrainian Nazis, same deal, founded, funded, armed, trained, directed by the US CIA, going all the way back to the end of World War II with the Bandera OUN. So basically, the ISIS Nazis, the ISIS terrorists, the Bandera Nazis, and also, I mean, you can include in that also the Colombian and Mexican drug cartels, which are also, again, controlled, armed, financed
He would know
by
that
the CIA and the Western
Texas.
Secret Services, particularly the CIA.
I remember Ben Swan. I haven't heard from him for a long time, but I think he became famous by breaking that story that the USA was working with the drug cartels, getting them weapons and in exchange for getting drugs into the United States. I mean, there's some really hairy stuff. A lot of people probably already heard that, but they might have forgot it. But, Russell Bentley says it's, like so many other people, that the U.S. is actually probably the one that trains most all terrorist groups in the world. And, but let's hear what he has to say here.
About some of the worst terrorists in the 21st century, the Ukrainian army and their Western masters. Every time that they shoot at civilian targets, which they do on a daily basis for 10 years, is a terrorist act. It is the legal specific definition of terrorism is to attempt to change a political situation or a political opinion by the use of violence or the threat of violence. And they use violence exactly to change the political opinions of the people here. And it doesn't work, but they still do it every day. So of course, I mean, the connection to Ukraine of these crocus terrorists is already beyond any doubt. They were heading to Ukraine after the attack. They've now been proven to have been financed by, with funds and cryptocurrency that came from Ukraine. And so where do you think they were going? And why do you think they got money from Ukraine?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's good when you have somebody else say it rather than us all the time. But there's so many other people that are reporting all of this stuff. And of course, we're just getting it from them anyway, but it's from very good sources. And yeah, they have the evidence. So it's just like we said last time. The United States, 50 minutes into this attack, which lasted about 2 hours, the United States saying, Ukraine's not involved, Ukraine's not involved, Ukraine's not involved. It's like, what? Oh, we didn't, it's like they knew, obviously, Russia knew. Everybody knows that Russia would be suspecting Ukraine because Ukraine has already done a lot of terrorist attacks within Russia. So why not suspect them for this one? But of course, if you remember things like, I remember there was, I think I even talked about it last time as well. There was a attack on a bus, Israeli tour bus in Bulgaria, and literally within 30 seconds, Netanyahu was saying it was either, I think he was saying Hamas. I mean, it's like, well, how did he know that within 30 seconds? I mean, he's got some kind of a, some kind of aliens or something telling him what's going on. So, yeah. And we also have.
I'm going to interrupt.
Huh?
I'm going to interrupt.
Yep.
Everybody out there, we're appreciative of the viewers. So if you want to set this badge button, as they call them in America, and keyring, we're giving away free. All you got to do is send a name and delivery address to that email address on the screen, and we'll send you a set free of charge as our appreciation of watching the show.
Yeah, the badge that you pin on has a pin on it. So if you're in a position where you have to hide it somewhere, don't hide it where prisoners hide things, because it's got that pin and it may come unlatched and you might get yourself into a lot of pain.
Yeah.
So it's a place where the sun doesn't shine. So don't put it there. Don't put it there.
So if you want out, just send us that name and a delivery address and we'll send it. And if you're in the West, we'll send it from London. And if you're in over this side, Russia and etc., we'll send it from here. Okay. Back to you.
Okay. Before we talk a little bit about Israel.
Do you want to see this? They got a storm.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was going to suggest.
Storm shadow.
That's what I was going to suggest. Let's watch this video.
Oh. Got to turn the music off.
Oh, no.
So they got a storm shadow and they're pulling it apart.
Storm shadow. That's the British one. Obviously.
British/French one, yeah.
Yeah. Very good shape.
Is there any music still? Yeah, still music there.
Yeah. So they have test equipment, everything, huh?
Yeah, and then they'll work out how to defend against it better.
Yeah. Wow. Good luck on that, Great Britain. I think Russia's going to probably do that in a very, very short period of time.
Yeah, did you see they were using those drones on the ground?
Wait a minute. I don't know.
With tracks, they had guns on them and grenade launchers.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they started to use those.
The Russians, huh?
Yeah, autonomous drones, yeah.
Huh. Well, I know the U.S. had those in 2008, and they were using those against South Ossetia, which is very strange. That was what they got them to Saakashvili, and that was a joint operation then between the United States and Israel, delivering weapons to Saakashvili to attack and take over South Ossetia. And of course, that's when Russia moved in. There was no report of that. That was during the Olympics. George Bush and Putin were like, kind of walking together, and then Putin got a little ticked off, and Putin had to leave right away, and they had to send in soldiers and and get back. And the Georgians were killing. I think they killed 3,000 within a very, very short time, and a lot of these people were Russians. They had Russian passports.
Here's one of them. There's no sound with this. So they got grenade launchers on them, and Ukraine is trying to take them out with drones. See the machine gun on there? Another one here.
So those are Russian, but Ukraine has hit one, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's better than putting people in there, huh?
There's no one.
Ouch. Are you sure those aren't from the United States and Russia's hitting them?
No, they're Russian drones.
Oh. Okay. Because the U.S. has those as well. Let's see. I don't know if we have any more on Ukraine.
Yeah, there's this one.
At least me, anyway.
Drone wars, drone attacks.
Ah.
So this is from a Russian drone, and the bottom one's a Ukrainian drone. Look, got him.
Ooh.
And there's another one that's got a net. It fires a net over the drone and takes it out. So interesting. Drone wars.
Drone wars. Wow, that's what they're taking out a lot of these power plants with, right? Mostly drones, or. Yeah, I'll tell you.
Here's another one of the Russian ones. Hang on. There we go. Okay, back to you, Israel.
Okay, I don't have that much more, but it's a little bit about Israel. They have we have also a photo of Netanyahu. He's looking weirder and weirder as time goes by. He looks like, I don't know what he looks like. You guys take a look for yourself. But he says that the preparations, I don't know, he looks weird to me. I didn't notice he had ears like that. But anyway, he said the preparations to send the IDF into Rafa are near complete. Everybody's telling him don't do it, but he's saying, no, we have to smash them with overwhelming military force in order to release the hostages. Huh? I don't know. If it was me and you just crushed a lot of people, I would say, you know, give them little finger and say, you're not going to get them now. He says that they have secured the release of 123 hostages out of the 250 abducted. So, I don't know. But
how many has Israel killed?
Of the hostages? Their own hostages? Yeah. I'm not sure, but I know they've killed some. And it's they've even killed some that weren't originally the hostages. I think those three, remember those three guys?
Well, they started killing them.
One guy even had red hair, like a Palestinian with red hair. And then they were, I think they were not handcuffed. I think they were put together with like wire ties or whatever.
Zip ties, yeah.
Yeah, and then Israel killed them. I don't know. They kill everybody. They kill everybody they can get their sights on, I guess. But we also have a video of people protesting. A lot of these people, even these a lot of them are radical settlers. They're demanding the resignation of Netanyahu. Instead of more death, destruction, and war, they want an exchange of prisoners. The Palestinian women and children to get their hostages back, you know? I don't know what the circle's for. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Those people that you know, that this all started off with on October 6th, as most people know. The one who killed the most Israelis were, of course, the Israeli IDF.
There's another one, sorry.
Yeah.
את מה שעובר עלינו. אזרחים יקרים, אני מבקש, ברשותכם, קצת שקט.
And the whole objective of Hamas, anyway, was just to go in and take prisoners, bring them back, and to trade them for the children and the women that Israel had captured and were holding prisoners. So, and they got, I don't know, I know that it was a lot of them, thousands, you know, if you want to talk about the West Bank and Gaza, they have thousands of Palestinian prisoners. And, you know, most of them are probably not guilty of anything more than a misdemeanor, if even that. So anyway, they wanted to make a trade, and they didn't want to kill anybody. And I don't even know how many they did end up killing, but obviously, as everybody knows, as the Israelis, the witnesses, and the people that were there, and of course they're told to, I think there's a fine. Israelis that talk about this have to pay a fine. So they're trying to keep this out of the press. The mere fact that the Israeli IDF are the ones that killed the most people on October 6th, if not all those people. You know, and you can see the destruction, and Hamas doesn't have that kind of destruction.
I found the Armenian video. So this is moving stuff to the border.
Mm. Yeah, that's a difficult thing right there, because I think there's a certain section, the disputed section is like right in between. I mean, I can't remember how that works. If you look on a map, you can see the certain area that is disputed between Azerbaijan and Armenia. I can't, you know, it looked a long time ago and I can't remember it at this time, but it's a really difficult situation. And of course, the U.S. is exploiting it, saying, oh, we're going to be on your side. In other words, you know, they just want to get a patsy and, yeah, have some other kind of connections there so they can work on Russia some more. That's what it's all about. Yeah, I don't have any more, actually.
I'm just getting, is it this bit here? Hang on.
There is other news, but it's most people are.
Yeah.
Let's see, Armenia. Oh,
so the yellow bit is the territory of Azerbaijan under Russian peacekeeping control.
Okay, but if you see Azerbaijan,
the red bit is occupied by Armenia territory. That's up here. Probably that's where it is with the villages.
But if you see where Armenia is, it runs right through Azerbaijan. So you got Azerbaijan on the western side and Azerbaijan on the eastern side. So, and that area in between is the disputed area. So that's why it's very difficult. And Turkey, of course, is on the side of Azerbaijan. And yeah, because I don't know, bad blood, I guess, between Armenians and Turkey, because acclaimed, what do they call it, Holocaust sort of a thing or something of Armenians. And I have no idea. I'm not going to weigh into that one. I don't study their history.
Some genocide.
Yeah, some sort of Armenian genocide. You know, I think we talked last time about Sybil Edmonds. I think she's part Armenian. They recognize her as the Armenians recognize her as being Armenian when she was really popular. You know, back in around 2007 and around that time, 2017 up to about 2017. Yeah, I think they talked about her quite a bit. But for some odd reason, Sybil Edmonds, the most gagged person in U.S. history, you don't hear anything about her anymore.
Gagged.
Yeah, I don't know. She was had boiling frogs post and morphed into a different thing, I guess, and I don't know. But she was good friends with Dr. Ron Paul, Congressman Ron Paul in those days, and she was on a lot of shows. Very strange that you don't hear much about her. I guess she was told she's not allowed to reveal what she knows about information leading up to 9/11. So she's got some really, maybe they silenced her in some other way, like tell her you open up your mouth and you're a dead girl or something. I think she was living abroad to make sure she didn't get too much under the thumbs of the U.S. But anyway, you have anything? Any naked people?
I've got some videos, but are they all right for YouTube? That's the problem.
Maybe we have to cut YouTube out and tell everybody to go to Rumble.
Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, I guess, when we had a guest on, we didn't show some of those. There was some brutal videos of what was happening in that terrorist attack that broke us all.
Yeah, hang on. I'm going to... Hang on. Could change the screen. I'm going to cut us off on YouTube. If you want to go on, if you're on YouTube watching this, sorry, you'll have to come to Rumble because we can't take the chance.
Possibly, you can't.
It might be all right, but you never know.
You never. I don't know. You better be safe than sorry.
Yeah, so if you want to just guest beg from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, better to go to Rumble, I guess, on these ones here. A lot of people that used to be on YouTube used to have millions and millions, many millions of subscribers. Now they're on only Rumble, I think. I think Jackson Hinkle is one of them. And Jackson Hinkle just did an interview I like with Maria Zakharova. And he's already done Sergei Lavrov. I think he is engaged. I don't know if he's married to yet. I think a Miss Russia, maybe a former Miss Teenage Russia. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't even, she's got her own channel too. I don't even know what she looks like, to be honest with you. I'm not doing this to look at girls, even though there's a couple real nice ones out there, Sonny. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Let's
switch.
Yeah, maybe we can do a couple without that first. Let's try that first.
Couple of videos first.
Yeah. While people are moving over to Rumble, let's try something. Trump derangement syndrome. You've seen it?
Trump derangement syndrome.
You've seen that one, haven't you?
Not that I can recall. At the
yeah,
moment.
well, they just go off because it's about a Trump.
Some of these leftist people.
Yeah. So this woman has seen a Trump sign. So we'll watch and listen to her.
She's going nuts with the Trump sign. With the Trump sign. She doesn't like the Trump sign.
No, because it sounds really. I thought something was wrong. Like, yeah, I'm cool. But no one.
I'm cool. It worked when you're a kid. I guess she's never given it up.
She's anti-Trump.
She's anti-Trump.
I don't think it's appropriate to have her.
She's anti-grow up.
Yeah, that's her decision, not mine.
I don't know why people do this. Do you need help? Go see a doctor.
It's not funny, it's art.
It's not funny, it's art? Somebody said, or what? Art.
This apparently is an art. Folks, this is an art major. She's an art major.
She lost her voice on that one note, so she's starting at a lower one now.
People.
It worked when you were a kid, you know.
Bring back the mental institutions.
Jeez. It probably worked on her parents. Okay, here's the sweets. Here's the sweets. Okay, you can watch the television. You can watch television.
New York subway.
Oh, not again. There's always some fun stuff. Look how clean it is.
This is Broadway, Lafayette Street. Transfer is available to the 6, B, D, and M trains. This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the rear of the platform.
Man spreader. Oh, he just had to let one out, huh?
Yeah.
Good.
Lovely person.
I guess somebody said, make yourself at home. Okay, this is what I do at my home. I smoke a doobie. I man spread out. I guess that's what they call that. And I just let them, saves wear and tear off the other end.
And this one is
better out than in.
This lady did some comments on social media about some murder, and the FBI came to see her about it.
Mm.
So we'll listen to this.
Can we just move in front of the house so the dogs don't go crazy?
Sure we can, yeah.
I need you to identify yourself and let me take imagery of your IDs.
What imagery?
I can show you my credentials on the phone.
So you said you were with the FBI?
That's correct.
And why won't you show me your credentials?
We did. I showed you my
I didn't take a look at them. I said, 1 second, I'll be right back.
Is that Igor?
Are you going to show me your credentials or no?
Yeah, we did already. So, and we identified ourselves. So what we'd like to do
I
is
didn't look at your credentials. Again, I didn't verify them. I told you to wait,
She's
and
right.
I went inside.
She's actually right.
Okay, that's correct. What we'd like to do is just have a conversation with you about some social media posts that you've made. Would you be willing to talk to us today about
They don't
that?
want to show
No, I
their
would
ID.
not. I would like you to
What?
later talk on with my lawyer.
Okay.
Do you have
Do you have
identification?
a card or something from your
Cards?
attorney that we can reach out
No.
to you?
No. I'll get back to you.
Okay. All right.
You'd like to have your attorney contact the FBI office in Oklahoma City.
What's the number? What are the names of the agents?
I'll Google it for you.
So you're refusing to identify yourselves.
No, we've already identified ourselves.
Again, I did not take a look.
Okay, so the phone number for the FBI in Oklahoma City is 405-290-7770.
Okay.
If you can just call and give me your name, then we'll be able to get you in contact with us and we'll be happy to support you.
And tell him that Facebook flagged me for posts.
Facebook gave us a couple screenshots of your accounts.
Okay. So we no longer live in a free country and we can't say what we want?
No, we totally do. That's why we're not here to arrest you or anything like that. We just
Well,
wanna
you can't
discuss
arrest me for freedom of speech. We live in America.
Right.
Exactly. So it's kind of weird that you want to come talk to me about me exercising my freedom of speech.
We do this every day, all day long. We talk to people.
Okay.
Really, it's just an effort to keep everybody safe, make sure that nobody has any ill will or bad intent or anything like that. And we've got no reason to believe necessarily that that's you, and that's why we just wanted to have a conversation.
So do you have a conversation with everybody on the neighborhood?
Do you have information that anybody else in the neighborhood is?
I mean, all I've done is exercise my right as an American citizen on a public social media platform with my personal opinions. Correct? Okay. Most of the individuals, right, in America, especially older generation, right, have Facebook. Are you questioning all the citizens in America?
We certainly would if we had any sort of
We certainly would.
Okay, so you have concerns about my personal opinions?
If you don't want to talk to us, then you can.
I'm definitely not going to have a talk with you.
Well, thank you for your time this morning, and feel free to reach out to us.
Okay, they're so-called FBI.
Well, the guy was very, very polite anyway, the guy in the red shirt, huh? Ah, very cordial, very polite.
They don't show their IDs though.
Yeah, but they didn't identify themselves. For all you know, they're Ukrainian terrorists or something like that. Incredible. Jeez. I thought they had to have dark suits on and looking like Mulder or something like that.
This is Rola Abdel Jawad in Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is America.
Outside is America.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think they do something like that. I don't know. It makes you wonder, well, what did she say? I would like to know what she posted. You know, because here,
apparently,
if you post something,
she posted something about some murderer or something. That's all.
Huh? Something. Because here, you know, when you say something, somebody, remember, like what we had on the last show, we had somebody, and she, no, it was a he. It looked like a she. Who knows? But it was somebody in Belarus, and they were being disrespectful to some dead people or people that got killed in that Crocus Hall. And, you know, I can understand that. I think they just detained the guy, and who knows? But they do a lot of that here. They detain them, they talk to them very seriously, and, you know, then they release them. That's probably what happened.
And this is an arrest, which is on news TV, so this should be all right. What's the police? Using their knees.
Jeez. Police in America have always been brutal. I remember, you know, in my high school, we've had people around senior year or around that, you know, some people got brain damage because they were beaten too hard by the police. Yeah, look at this.
Into his head.
Into his head?
Yeah.
Jeez. As if that's going to help it matters, huh? But I've seen them, at least tapes. I haven't seen in real life, but I've seen in tapes where somebody's in a cell, probably screaming like that Trump, anti-Trump supporter. I don't really know. They go in there and they bash her face against the brick wall. Broke her nose and stuff like that. And then probably say she was resisting arrest.
Okay, now we're going to get off YouTube because they've got a few that we can't play on there.
Okay, people.
So if you're on YouTube, please go to Rumble. I've put the link in the chat.
Yeah, the good stuff.